Yo, Jason, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to tonight's session. Oh, what is this? Hold on, let me take this thing off. Oops. Welcome to tonight's live session. Yo, Gilbert, how you doing? Okay, let's stop this somewhere. Where's my phone? Sir Choppinson, how are you doing, my brother? Okay, welcome everybody to tonight's session. We have one click, the Tema General. We have him on tonight's show, and he'll be joining us very soon. Let me see. Okay, not that. This one over here. Boom. Busy these days, so just came to say hi. Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome, man. Don't forget to drop your thumbs up. Hi, Cassie. Yeah, Jason Asante. How was your day? Cassie, how are you doing? We will be taking off very soon. I feel like I'm a pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot, Don Alabi. Okay, let me just set this on autofocus. I think I'm in focus now. Oh, am I? Oh, it's not. Did it focus? Oh, okay. So I'm in focus now. You're tired and hungry. Wow. Find something and eat. I had a one shout. Okay, welcome to tonight's session. We have one click with us tonight. The Tema General. He's going to tell us about his brand. Everything he knows, he's going to share with us. So, guys, if you haven't liked the stream yet, just go ahead and like, and you can share it so other people get to know what we are up to over here. As usual, I have to share the stream. Hey, Evans, how you doing? Sela, hey, who is Kathy? Sela, is there somebody here that I'm not seeing? Who is Kathy? ah, Kobe, you say what? I make dark. Are you sure? So, guys, let me know. Am I dark or do I need to add more light to myself? How come I can't connect? Hold on, hold on. Evans, welcome. Sela, who be Kathy? Hey, there are people here that we can't see. Kobe, you say what? Ah, okay, typo. That's nice. Kobe, you said I'm looking dark. So, guys, let me know. Am I looking dark? Should I increase the ISO or something? Why am I to one side? Like one side, please. No, I don't like the way the light is behaving. Okay, so this is way better. Yes, like this is way better. All right, let me go share in the various groups. So I'm trying to get a link to the various groups so we can start tonight's session. I'm sure one click is somewhere in. One click, if you're in, just send us a wave. Send us a wave so we can see that, yeah, you're in. Mr. Schultz. Christiana Bafo, welcome. How are you doing? How was your day? Mm, okay, one last one and we will start. I think that's fine. That's fine. We have everybody in here. We got everybody in. Okay, guys, welcome to tonight's show. One click. If you're in here, just let me know. Okay, in fact, let me just drop the link over here. Awesome, awesome. I'm also doing fine, just a bit tired, but the show must continue. The show must continue. Okay, so let me get one click in so we can start. In the meantime, yesterday we had some wonderful drone sessions here. Evans wowed us with his drone shots and all that, which we all enjoyed. Tonight we have one click telling us about the name behind the brand. So do stay with us and enjoy. Okay, Mr. Short says, I know you asked me how was my day. Well, my day was blemish removal, dodge and burn, and color grading. Yeah. Life of a retoucher. That's what we do every day. That's what I've been up to the whole day. And then some other stuff. Sean, welcome. How was your day, my brother? Did you do some paintings today too? And all that. One click. If you're in the building, please use this link to join so we can start the session. Yeah. Just join with the StreamYard link and we are good to go. Sela, I take my mouth talk say we go come your studio, sir. We still no catch there, Charlie. It's not easy. Oh. One click. You are patient. Yes, Joe Biney. We are waiting for one click. Them. Welcome. Welcome to tonight's session. So as we wait for one click, if you have anything, okay, one click is here. So one click, please click on the StreamYard link so you can join. Click on this link and join us so we can start. Yeah, Jonathan. He's in. Yeah. He's in. So it's just left with joining us via video and we are good to go. So one click. I beg me, tap on the StreamYard link that I just posted and join us. Once you join, the show starts. The thema general. How come I have powered by StreamYard showing now? Wow. I don't know what is happening. Did I disable? One click. We are waiting for you to join via video. so we can start. In the meantime, if you're here and you haven't liked the video yet, just tap on the like. If you're using your phone, just close the chat. You will see the thumbs up, press on it, and then tap on chat again. You will open the chat window. So one click, please tap on the StreamYard link I sent and permit your camera and your microphone. So just tap. One click, just tap on the link I posted. That will bring you here. What is this thing doing? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Boom. Okay, one click is still not in. One click. I've sent the link to you on WhatsApp. So please check your WhatsApp and use that link to join, okay? Let me check. Let me go check my StreamYard. Why am I getting the StreamYard thingy? One click. Hey, why is this thing autofocusing? You will behave over there. Okay, let me lock it. Oh, Ni, are you having problems? Okay, let me call him. Where is one click? Ooh. Okay, guys, we are having a slight problem. We will be with you shortly. One click will join soon. Yeah, he's setting up. Okay, guys, we are trying to solve it backstage, so we'll be with you shortly. Yeah, give me just some few minutes. Oh, okay. So somebody should hold on. One click is the same link Kojuadem used to join. So please try again and let's see. Yeah. All right, Kojuadem, welcome. So I just wanted us to try something, and it seems to be working, but one click isn't able to join. Hold on, let me. Kojuadem, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Where is Pixie? Malto. How come Malto's name is not showing? Where is Pixie? Um. Oh wow. We are still trying to solve this. Kojuadem, you can't hear me, right? You didn't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Evans, we are trying to get our host, our guest on. He doesn't seem to get the link, doesn't seem to be working for him. But we are still trying to. All right, we are still trying to solve it. Yeah, so give us some few minutes.
Yeah,
I
Evans,
hope
it
it's
seems
not,
one
yeah,
click
because
can't
we are able to
join the
chat on
stream.
WhatsApp, but
So,
his browser can't open the link. So we are still trying to solve it. I'm
which
surprised
browser is
how
using?
Kodre just was able to
Chrome,
join just like that.
Chrome, Chrome cannot join in StreamYard. That's what I've realized. So if he's using Chrome, he should use the phone's native browser. I mean, if he's using a phone.
Wow. We still don't have one click here. Guys, please forgive us. We are trying to solve a slight issue. We'll be with you shortly. Um, okay, Kodre, I'll just remove you from here as we wait for one click. Oh, we're almost there. One click. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello,
Yeah, I
one
can hear
click.
you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
All right. I think he's setting up his headset. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, hello,
Yeah, I can hear you
hello.
now. Yeah, I
Hello,
can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
hello.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Uh, but I can't hear one click. Can you guys hear one click? If you one click, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just wave so I know you can hear me. But I can't hear you. Can you guys hear one click? Whoa, why? How come I can't hear one click? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me check this out. Oh, why? How come tonight we are having this? Okay, let me just Okay, I think I'm having a problem tonight switching. Hold on one second. Let me just turn this off and then come back in. Hello? What is happening? I can't hear one click. Hold on. Let me add. Jordan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wow. I can't hear anybody in here. But wow, how is that possible? Let me change my settings again and let's see. Audio. I still can't hear anybody in the stream. Wow. This is Kodredem, I can't hear you.
You still can't
I
hear
can't
me
seem
well.
to hear anybody.
Try using unplug your.
Hello?
There's something happening at your end, so it gives this feedback
What
when
seems to be
your
happening? Kodredem, I
headset.
can't even hear
Yeah.
you. I can't hear you. How come?
Let me use the chat.
But guys in the chat, can anybody hear me? I don't know if my mic is working or something. But I can't hear anything. Okay, you guys can hear me, but looks like when my guests join, I'm unable to hear them. Why, I don't know.
Can you still not hear
Yeah,
me?
everybody else can hear me, but wow. Okay, let me try something again. Yeah, Evans, I've checked the audio thing. It's working. Sparkle Cam works fine. Audio, yeah.
Or
Okay,
try
hold
playing
on. Let me
something.
just try this out. Let me just use the. Let me go work on this thing. Hold on, guys. Let me check on the sound and see if there's anything I can. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Let me see if Kojodem, can you talk? Let me see if you can hear me now. Yeah, I think the mic is okay, but I can't hear people when they join.
Okay, can you try playing something in a different app and see if it's the fault of the headsets or maybe your audio drivers?
Yeah, one click. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Why can't I hear people? Okay, you know what? Let me just take off this cord thing and use the Bluetooth. And let's see. One click. Hold on 1 minute. Let me just disable this thing and let me use the Bluetooth. Hi guys. Hey Hussein, welcome. Audio. Hello? 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 Okay, so I think this seems to work. So one click, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Hello? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, then, please, please try to- I can-
Hi guys,
one
can you
click,
hear
can you
me?
hear me? Yes, Kojodem, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So I think now it's working. I don't know why, but I had to disable that whole setup and then use the Bluetooth. All right, so one click. If you can hear us, just Just join us again, and then let's kick off.
Now we are back to default settings.
Wow, guys, really sorry for tonight's inconvenience, but I think we are good now to go. I think we are good now to go. So one click to join, then we'll start. I don't know what happened, but it looks like my audio setup won't let me be. So now I'm using the Bluetooth. So if you notice a drop in quality, kindly forgive. But I'm trying to work with what I have, so we can still get a session running. Yo, one click, what's up?
Cool.
Yeah, everything cool. All right, Charlie. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are on now. So Charlie, how was your day?
It's okay, but great.
Awesome. Good
I'm
to know. I
fine.
hope my voice is clear enough.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is my voice clear enough?
Sure.
Okay, all right. So Charlie, welcome to tonight's session. Briefly tell us about yourself.
Okay. Next one. My real name is Benjamin Adelai. I'm a photographer. I do wedding photography and achievements. I do portrait. I do fine art. I do model products, and I do documentary. Also, I shoot videos. Just that I don't post them. So I'm actually based in Sema. I don't know if you can
Okay.
hear me.
Yes, we can. Guys, please monitor the audio. Let us know if you can hear us well. One click. Is this your full-time business?
Yeah, photography is a full-time business I'm doing.
Oh, okay. So I didn't get it right. You said what kind of photography do you do?
I do fine art photography. I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on.
Yeah, I do models, products. I do literature and do events as well.
Okay, awesome. That's a whole broad thing. So that's like a commercial photography. Now tell us, which photographer influenced you when you started? Who has been your influence?
As if for photography and Studio One.
Is that who?
Studio One, studio photography, and as if for
I heard Studio One, but the other name
yeah,
I don't
Studio
know.
One.
Okay,
As if
okay.
for I think his new name is
Asifua.
yeah,
Okay, Studio One, as in Eben.
sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. I'll let him know with his big head that he influenced you. Okay, guys in the stream, kindly. Okay, so Kojodem says one click is breaking. Kojodem, your one click. Do you have the YouTube opened? If you have YouTube opened in a tab, just mute it. Not the StreamYard, but if you have YouTube opened in one tab, just mute it. Or if you can close it all together, that will be fine. Because we seem to be getting feedback from you.
Okay, of course. Can you hear okay now?
Yeah, I think it's okay. And then also, I think if you can speak up a bit, because my people here can barely hear you.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, one click. Tell us how did it start for you? How did you become a photographer?
My life as a photographer.
Yes. How did it all start for you?
Okay. I grew up watching photography through as a forest images, When I when I was schooling, like I was schooling back then, I think I was in university. Then I visited as it were. He used to come and do photo shoots and stuff in my school. For I think by then he was ready for it when I was still learning a whole lot. So his images were very nice, very clean. So I decided to ask him how he go about all these stuff because we take pictures so they are done very nice and whole lot. And also I love nature and I wanted to take beautiful pictures about nature. So he started educating me about lighting, what photography, he told me photography is about light, what's light, what is type of light, which he says highlights and shadows and the whole lot. So I said, no, what is all this about? Let me just go deeper and understand the arts, this photography itself so I can study it. So he took a day and introduced me to a whole lot of stuff, telling me the suburbs and a whole lot. So I decided, so that made me be more passionate for what for the photography itself. So thank God I had a teacher who was already in this business, so he decided to just go straight with me and told what I needed. Just make it happen.
Yeah, one quick, if possible, can you we need you to increase your voice a bit because your sound seems to be very low.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so if possible, just lift up your voice a bit so my people can hear you. We can barely hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So um, that's what I'm saying that earlier. Growing up as a photographer, I had it a bit easier because I had a mentor, someone who already understands what photography is, and he really introduced me a lot into the photography itself. And so this guy I met him who his name is Asafua. On the way, on the agenda to where I met the one who was having issues with my editing and the whole lot. But then Asafua was busy. But the person who really introduced me to photography was Asafua. And Asafua by then, was like, yeah, okay. So Asafua by then, I asked him because if I look at his pictures, they are very very nice. And by then, you can imagine way back 2002 that way he was shooting one else in the road. So I asked him how he go about all this stuff. So he began to tell me about cameras, how you what are with cameras and how he achieved such results. So he now starts introducing me about lighting and all of that. He even bought my first softbox for me.
I
So
see.
out of that, yeah, so he explained how the softbox and everything works as a diffuser, the kind of light to use, how to shoot, how to pull your subjects and a whole lot. So he actually even lighting me more on this job. So I think um kudos and much credit to this young guy as if well.
Asifua.
Yeah. I don't know if I think he has changed name to something Lightville or something.
Light view.
Yeah, yeah. I think he has
Oh,
changed his brand name.
okay. All right, all right. So
Yeah.
these two people influence you. Me, what's your current gear setup? What camera do you use? What lens do you use?
Currently I'm using 6D Mark II and with the lens I'm using 24 to 70.
Okay, so Stella says Asifua is now Vine imagery. So that's I'm sure that's the guy you're talking about, Asifua. So you said you use
Yeah,
the
yeah,
60.
yeah.
Why did you
60.
choose Canon?
I choose Canon because before then my first camera was Nikon and I was a Nikon user.
Okay.
So then I wanted to move from crop sensor to full frame, but the money I had was I think was 4,000. I was looking for a good offer to buy in terms of Nikon full frame, but all the prices I'm hearing, I couldn't afford them. So someone told me about 6D, which was the Canon. So I took it was a tough decision I took though to move from Nikon to Canon, but I don't have the means, and this is what I have, and there's a full frame available which is a Canon. Why don't I take it and try it? So I just bought the Canon, tried to set it to have the Nikon feel that I was having in the Nikon. In the beginning, it wasn't easy by then because I wasn't familiar with the Canon. And the cameras, they look different. Trust me, somebody using Canon cannot use Nikon easily when you have it at the first time. Yeah, so I tried my way to maneuver to get the same feeling that I had from the beginning from the Nikon. And with time, I got used to it. So I think I love Canon now. I love after the settings and everything, it worked perfectly for me.
So
And
you moved to
still,
Canon because of the
yeah,
price.
actually, I moved to Canon because of the
Yes, I
price.
understand. Until recently, it was very, very difficult to get even a Nikon body to buy in Ghana. Not to talk of even the lenses, the flash, all that. It's now that it's easy for you to get Nikon lenses to even rent. Back then, it wasn't that easy. It was always Canon all over the place. So I understand your decision. But I mean, okay, before I come to that question, does photography pay?
He said, "Come again."
Does photography pay? Is there money in photography? Have you made money from photography?
Yeah, I made a lot of money from photography, Chairman. A
Awesome.
lot.
So now that you made money, you can afford a Nikon. Why haven't you gone back to Nikon?
Already, I've grown love for Canon now, so I won't go back to Nikon.
One click, you moved to Canon because it was cheaper than Nikon. But now you made lots of money, so you should go back to Nikon now.
But I've grown love for the new camera that's like Canon cameras in per se, and also I like the feel because there was a few things I was looking for, which I wanted to see in Nikon. But maybe I thought when I had full frames, I can enjoy that kind of feel. But since I'm getting it in Canon, I don't think there's a need for me to go back. It's the best is just to continue the Canon brand and buy higher ones.
Okay, all right. So the Canon gang are attacking me here. They are attacking me. But you see, I just had to ask because he said he moved to Canon because at that moment he couldn't afford the Nikon he wanted. But now this big man here, you see him, is the whole Tema general. If you go to Tema and you mention one click, even the smallest boy on the street will hold your hand and carry you to his studio. He has captured the whole thing. So now he's made money. He's a big man now. So if it was because of money that you moved to Canon, now that you have the money, I think it's just okay for you to go back to your first love. But then he said he has you guys, why are you all on me like that? Okay, let's move on. One click. Do you watermark your pictures? You put your logo on your pictures.
It's not always.
It's not always. So why? Why do you decide to put it on? Why don't you put it on?
Usually, when a client, it's not every job I put my logos on, and I try my possible best to have a certain feel, a certain um, feel for my images. So when you see my images, if you have my logo, you should be able to identify, that this image is coming from me. So I try to work hard to have that particular workflow for a particular image. So when you look at my images, they all have the same end result at the end of the day. If there'll be changes just a little. So without my logo, even you'll be able to say that, oh, this image is for one click.
Yeah. I think a couple of guys here will attest to that. I see an image and I know this is one click. You've developed your identity. How did you manage to do that? How did you come by, developing that identity? That's one click feel.
I created a certain workflow for myself. I started from the camera itself in terms of the camera settings. Then I saw people were taking the settings I was having because they pick my camera up, they take the settings, then they do the same settings on a different camera. So I decided to have a certain workflow. That workflow, it was very hard for me to teach you from A to Z. If I teach you, even I teach you based on the problem you're facing, you're having an issue with skill retouch, I can just teach you. If you want to have that particular flow, I can just teach you. But I won't teach you the process from A to Z. So you still have a neat and a clean picture, but wouldn't look just like mine. You also have a different. I'll explain how it works, so that you can also discover your own way of getting your personal photography feel in your images. That's how you want. With time, if you're editing, you end up in be like, okay, this images looks like what I want at the end of the day, and this is the better that I will maintain. Yeah, so it's everybody, once I say everybody have to need to have an editing procedure, or I call it a workflow.
Okay.
So maybe from A, you maybe have like from 1 to 4. So you know that when you take an image, you take the number 1, you take number 2, and you take the number 3, you take number 4. Once you keep on doing this, the images will have a constant flow, the same sequence.
Okay.
I don't know if what I'm explaining is really clear.
Yes, yeah, I understand. And my guys in the chat, if you have any question for One Click, please drop them in the chat. Or if you have any suggestion, or if there's any addition you want to make, please drop it in the chat. I'll project it on the screen so we move on. Now, One Click, we have some clients, or even our personal shoots. We have some muses who will be like, oh, send me the raw photos. I will edit them myself, or I'll let a friend edit, or that kind of thing. What do you say about that? When you get that kind of request, how do you handle it? Do you give out your raws?
Yeah, I give out my raw, but before I give out my raw, I put my filters on them. I've also created my personal filter. If I put the filters on them, they look like I've edited work. The only thing left is a skin retouch. So if you want to take the raw away, the images looks very good. So you don't even, if you post them without even if you post them without me, I don't have an issue with it because my raw looks very good. Because so before I will give you the raw, I'll tell you unless I put my filters on them. And I try to create presets which will match my camera preset, so that when I apply and I export for you, if without me doing it, I've done 60% of the work because I did the work and I saved them down. So yeah, so when the client have my raw, I'm not scared if he posts them or whatever he does with them because they're equally good, like 60% of the work done.
Okay, all right. So Amuzu is saying, why can't you teach us from A to Z how you edit or set your camera?
Teach. The word teach.
Yes. I don't understand that question, but I thought maybe you will understand it. That's why I asked it. But if you don't understand, we can ask him to re-ask so that we understand it.
But if you understand what he's saying, you can explain better for me.
No. Okay, so let Amuzu, please. Your question we don't understand, so come back and then let's see. Oh, okay. So I think he's asking, can you teach us how to create a filter? Is that something you can just talk about, or we need a whole session for that?
Creating a filter, you first it's not saying something, and secondly, the filters, it depends on where you want to create them. I work both from Lightroom to Photoshop throughout, and both of them.
Oh, you use Lightroom?
I use Lightroom.
Okay,
I use Lightroom for preparations and a whole lot. Then I use Photoshop for retouching. And sometimes I use Lightroom for grading if I want to grade. But I'm not mostly grade. Sometimes I use Photoshop for my grading as well. But basically, see, for someone, I'm not really confident with weather and a whole lot. So to save my house from trouble, I try work around my white balance a lot, so that when I come to my Lightroom, I've also set it there so I need to correct the white balance. Yeah, this is a long stuff thing. Like it's you also the best way I think what you want to learn, you need to understand what he's doing so that he can also create a workflow for himself. Because most people find editing difficult because they don't have a workflow. They like they don't have a procedure. Someone asked me, Click, how do you finish editing in less than 10 minutes and your work still looks the same? You have a perfect work. I go like, fine, I have a workflow I follow, maybe from 1 to 5. So after 1 to 5, I know I don't have a problem facing maybe the eyes or facing the nose or facing the background or facing this. I know that maybe from here, it's here, from here, it's here, from here, it's here, from here, it's here. So I don't find problem on the image to solve it. I follow my procedure that I use to edit. So at the end of the day, I can still get the result I want because well, if I finish my steps, there's no way I'll see something go like I forgot it. No. I don't know if what I'm saying you get the whole vibe. Like
Yes, I understand. The main point is you need a workflow, and that makes
yeah, like me.
your work easier and faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have me here trying to tout me that Lightroom, blah blah blah. But we know CaptureOne is the best, but we will come back to that. For now, we are just talking about one click. Another session, we will discuss the benefits of using Lightroom, the benefits of using CaptureOne. Then you guys will put all together and see which one is best. But I will always say, you know what I will say, right? Go for CaptureOne. I'm still wondering why the Tema General is still not using CaptureOne yet, but we'll come back to that. Sheon in Enfield is asking, how sellable is one click to the world? How sellable are you? How sellable is the brand one click?
How sellable? Can you reframe the question so I can
If the
understand from
question
your
shocked
point
you,
of
me too,
view?
it shocked me. Sheon, please come back with your question. And myself, I didn't understand it. Why are you guys asking questions we don't understand? Okay, there's Sheon is asking again, what are your best camera settings? I don't know, maybe for studio, like your go-to settings when you're shooting in a studio, and then maybe for outdoor, your go-to settings. Like when you get to when you're doing studio, I have settings I use for studio. Like anytime I'm shooting studio, like it got to a point people already like knew my settings. Maybe f8, ISO 100, shutter speed 1/60th, and that's all what I use. Once I'm shooting in a studio, that's what I then outdoor, maybe you have. So do you have something like that? Do you have a specific your go-to setting for your studio shoots?
No, I don't have settings for shooting the video and for shooting outdoor. You
Okay.
need, as a photographer, you need to understand the basic rules of photography, which apply to the shooting basics, as to the ISO, aperture, shutter speed. So depending on what you want to achieve, you sometimes need to understand the image you want to achieve at the end of the day. Let's take like you are shooting a low key or a high key, or you want the subject back very dark, you want the front to be very bright, you want shadows from one side, all depend on what you want at the end of the day. This set changing. So if you want to maintain one setting for all the shoots you do, I don't really vibe with that idea. But the only thing I say is you have to know what you want at the end of the day. Because imagine that you are shooting product shoots and you want everything detailed, both from the foreground, like the background, the subjects and everything, or you want to blur the back a bit more, or you've cast some light at the back of the background, but you don't want the light to show you. You want to blur it out so that you can get the image focus. All these things from your desktop and a whole lot will change as well. Even common shutter speed can even give a different feel. When you increase more shutter speed, maybe like 400, 800,000, it might also differ from maybe shutter speed of 125 or even 80 and others. I hope you know as well. So sometimes I say you can't maintain one setting for everything you shoot. You just have to have in mind what you want to shoot. So you set your camera according to what you want and you shoot from there.
Okay, so Breezy is saying they are both great softwares. CaptureOne has a lot more advantages though. Treats colors best as well. Yes, that's all we are saying, that they are all great softwares, but one is better, which is CaptureOne. We will surely come back to that. Don't worry. We will get back to that debate as to which one is better. So Sheun is trying to explain the sellable. Sheun, are you a salesperson? Sellable is to exchange or deliver for money, or its equivalent to the word. So how sellable is one click? I don't know if, because me myself, I still don't understand that. Okay, we will come back to that. Now, one click. Do you train people?
I train people, but I've stopped.
Why?
Yeah, and sometimes back I decided to be one good Samaritan. I take students, I train them, I don't take their money. Secondly, also, when they work with me for like let's say 5 months and they are good, I employ them, I pay them. Even during their training section, people like Ghanaians, some of us we don't have money from home. Before somebody, usually most people before they become photographers, and then that means a few or something. And this will need to survive at the end of the day. Gone are the days people pay you to come and learn something from you. They come with their parents and a whole lot. But today they meet you on the street, they want to become photographers, they stay with you 1 or 2 days. What we even eat, they don't have, so you need to put them on the payroll and pay them at the same time they are working with you. And when they learn the job and give them a job, they start to flex you. Flexing aside, self. Yeah, you give the job to go do for you, they go like, no, Charlie. If you don't pay them, they are never going. Secondly, they begin to destroy my stuff, and these things are very expensive. You know how expensive they are. Imagine
Yeah,
one person drop your 86, you have to come in your studio.
I would die.
You will die, right? Somebody drop your camera. The funny part of it is that they will not even tell you they drop your camera. You be on
That's
set and you
very
want to
bad.
shoot and you notice that your camera have a problem. And they will keep quiet and be looking at your face. They'll be looking at each other. And it's funny. Nobody will talk. So I decided that fine, okay. When I woke up, I have boys. I sometimes people come here to do their service and stuff from Polytechnic and a whole lot.
Okay.
So one day I decided to stop it. And those funny things, the Polytechnic, when they come, they convince you to sign their papers for them, telling you supervisors and a whole lot. And the initial go were
One click. Are you still there? Hey, Amuzu, are you doing? Are you one of one click's trainees? One click. Are you still here with us? Okay, so as one click, I think he has a call or something. Now let's try settling this thing. You see, me, I like being truthful. I like being plain. Now, if you come to me, what I know, what I've tested and tried and it works, that's what I would suggest to you. So with the case of Lightroom and CaptureOne, all those saying Lightroom is the best, it's because either they tried using CaptureOne and they were not able to learn it because the learning curve is too steep for them, or they tried doing something which they couldn't do. Now, CaptureOne full screen. Oh, hold on. Okay, for Ghananie, understanding, and I said, how do you sell yourself? Okay, yes. Now, Sheun, that question now is understandable. So when he comes out, you have this simple question to ask, and you were giving us. I mean, Charlie, not all of us did business administration or that kind of thing. And Sheun, behave. You see, so maybe they tried doing something in CaptureOne and they didn't have anybody to help them do it or coach them. So they decided, CaptureOne is not good. Charlie, once you know how to use CaptureOne, you will come to appreciate it. I mean, the images straight from the camera, the way CaptureOne processes the colors, it gives you the real colors, the true colors. Something Lightroom doesn't give you. You get it? So please, okay, one click is back here. Let me add him to the stream. One click, welcome back.
thank you.
Yes, so you were talking about how you stop training people because they are being ungrateful and they don't respect and they destroy your stuff. Can you please go on?
So as I was saying, one day I woke up and decided to.
Oh, gone off again. All right. So Amuzu says, correct. I tried CaptureOne and it wouldn't even open for me. So I use the Lightroom like that. You see, so Amuzu, with someone like you, I will tell you that I'll offer you free training for CaptureOne. I already have videos on CaptureOne. Maybe you've watched them and you still can't get it to work. Just let's fix a date. Come with your laptop. You won't use mine, also you say that I have done settings for mine. We will use your own laptop, and I will show you that thing you were trying to do that didn't work. I'll show you how to do it. I'm also, so if you're up for it, just if you don't have my number, just DM me on Instagram, the same Ghananie photography, and I will book a date. You come to my studio. I will show you how to do that. And you will see if you won't fall in love with CaptureOne. Yes, Cassie, you can call me the ambassador. One day, CaptureOne will make me ambassador. You guys should mark it, man. I'll be CaptureOne ambassador, you know. Yes, me. I'm the unofficial ambassador. Hey, I will mention them until they make me ambassador. You guys should wait. Very soon you'll see my promo code, CaptureOne.com. Download Ghananie or Don Alabi. You see, once you use that, you'll get 20% discount. Wait and see. The CaptureOne can't open. The CaptureOne can't open, says Paul, tell them we tried using your Windows Core 2 to do the tethering. It didn't work. Yes, because if your machine is not strong, CaptureOne won't open. Let me see. There is the funny thing is they start to flex and act as they taught you. Most even try to compete with you. We should start charging them as the universities. Okay, so Ahene Prince. Oh, okay. This is not chocolate, right? Okay. So chocolate also mentioned that now he doesn't train people for free. You pay, he trains you because of something like what One Click mentioned. I, from the beginning, have been very scared to take people on. Like seriously, if you pay, or I normally train organizations, you pay maybe for 3 or 4 people. I'll come to your premises, train them, or one-on-one, you pay, I train you. But to take, I tried it, it didn't work out. The one thing is when you're doing something for free, most people don't take them seriously. They just treat it anyhow. Okay, One Click is back. So yes, Chocolate also mentioned this. That Charlie, they start competing with you. Now they think they are the same level with you, so they start misbehaving, and some even start stealing your clients, like
Karim,
clients that you used to send them to those clients to go and work for you. Now they tell the client, "Oh, I'm on my own now, so you can use me. If you need any issues, call me," and that kind of thing. Instead of directing them to, their boss, that kind of thing. So that's the same thing One Click is talking about. So One Click, if you're back, let's continue. And Sheon is saying, guys, to try, use, and learn more about CaptureOne. I promise you, you will never regret. You see, so now I'm not the only CaptureOne ambassador. I'm not the only CaptureOne ambassador. Free training, sir. CaptureOne is still sitting on my machine. See, I'll come to your house. Just make sure that the AJ prepares some fufu and abenkwan. And I don't like jollof. I like local. Fufu and abenkwan. Just make sure AJ prepares that. I'll come and teach the two of you how to use CaptureOne. I promise you that same day you will uninstall Lightroom. If you like, let's try it. This is a bet. Everybody here is my witness. If I One Click, even you yourself, book a date. I will come to your studio in Tema. I'll come and teach you like CaptureOne. Just 1 hour. I'll do something in CaptureOne. You will watch. You will move to CaptureOne within 1 week. If you like, let's try. You and me, I'm throwing this challenge to the two of you. Let's try it. If you like, let's try it. Okay, so okay, let's see. Evans is also saying I challenge myself and have been using CaptureOne for the last week. And so far, I'm loving it. One click, what else do you want to hear? Nee, what else do you guys want to hear before you move to CaptureOne? I mean, Charlie, everybody is talking about CaptureOne, and you guys still want to still okay. So one click, yes. I think what you were talking about these young guys being ungrateful after teaching them, they start trying to be on the same level. It's not like it's bad being on the same level with the one who taught you, but the disrespect, the fact that now they disregard you and all that. So how do you now? You said what you stopped training people, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. So, but then hasn't that affected you in any way? I think most of us, someone like me, I love teaching. That's why I started this whole YouTube thing. So that instead of people coming to my studio for me to teach them, which I can't, I rather do it online so that they just go pick my videos, watch them, and then so everything I know, I put in my videos. Has it affected you in any way that you don't get to train people anymore? Because I'm sure it will be your passion.
It has affected me though, but actually, for the safer side, I just have to avoid them for now so I can put myself in other world.
Mm.
And also, I have a whole lot to do, but if I have to keep on wasting money buying things, I'll move for it. I'll still be using my old. I'm sure if my workers were to be here by then, I'm still using my Nikon 3100.
Mm. I see.
But I wouldn't be able to afford some cameras and things that I've been able to buy today. I'm not sure I could have been able to afford them. And secondly,
Mm.
imagine I pay each worker 500 cedis. That's 4 workers. How much? It's 2,000. Imagine it's 500. And each day, say, you give them like 10 cedis or 20 cedis to eat. Let's say 10 cedis saves time for 4 people. How much?
Yeah,
A month is
that's
like, let's say 300,000, 1,200, 3,200. You can even use to buy 8,600. You get extra every month.
so you're saying that now that you don't have people that you're training, you're saving more.
Yes, and I'm even doing a good work than before because sometimes I became too lazy. I have to let them shoot so I can edit so they can have more feel on the project itself.
Yeah.
So but I've said that no, right now is I do my own work. If and the funny part, they will even sit outside and be gossiping about you to clients. When the clients come, their relation with clients, sometimes they act with the client like the client is even their friend from their house. Those feelings you get it pass you, and you might even end up that they've gone to the client's house. I went through one of my students' phone, and it's like the clients have party in their houses and their houses. They want to
Wow.
celebrate their birthdays with them and a whole lot. Who are you? They start communicating from there, and from there a lot of things. One day I can't pass a comment. Oh, boss, there like we pen us and I go like, oh really? One per boss are saying. So something triggered me and I asked the boy because all the phones that they are using, I bought it for them. So I say, hey, I want to check something on your phone.
Okay.
I went to the phone, wasn't easy. Most of my clients contacts they have them, they will communicate, they have images, they have all that. Like
Wow.
and some jobs are also need to be privately between you and the client and the whole lot. This will come
Yeah.
to work every day. How do you avoid them? And sometimes I feel it's best we work alone because some listen, it's best we work alone because sometimes if you work alone, a client the kind of jobs you might get, you might not get that job if you have a crew that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
work with. You get it.
That's true.
So working alone sometimes also really helps. When a client chat you and you go like we when you come we will take care of, then the client go like, hey, then that means the people are there. If the client is shy side, she will come again.
Uh-huh.
But
That's
if you're able to put a statement, okay, when you come, I'll help you, I'll do this. When a client notices that you are the only one here, they will give you more, they will fill in more space. They can do sometimes they want to do more things. So
that's
all
true.
depends on
I've had people tell me like, I hope your studio is not full of guys just sitting there watching me as I pose. That's why most of my shoots are minimal. I don't want people around. It even intimidates your clients. Some of them feel uneasy. I mean, you go to studios and there are like 4 or 5 guys sitting there just watching the clients. Most of them are very, very uncomfortable. So I understand your part. So Amuzu is asking, so one quick, how do you work alone? He said, well, now that you work alone, how difficult or easy is it with work on the field?
And so
Because I'm sure.
depending on the kind of work,
Mm,
let's take like you are on the field to shoot. It's a wedding and you need the help of a videographer. You just
mm,
call a video guy, you pay him off, he does work for you. You don't need to build a team again and you have a whole lot of headache. You are controlling your video guys, you are controlling your photography, you are hard on the field. You just share the job and you're done. But when it comes to photography and you need helping hand on other things, assistants or with normal assistant, maybe our office any trouble, avoid it. Maybe you have to go and shoot here and here your light stand can fall. Champion, you just avoid it. I feel I'm Maxine. Imagine that you are
okay.
going to, yeah, so depending on what you want to do. If you want to, you can, if it's a beach shoot, you can mount a direct light. You just need to know how you go about your editing skill. Charlie, you can still achieve the same result that you wanted to achieve
Okay,
at the end of the
understood.
day.
All right. So now let's ask one question. Do you do lots of post processing, or you try as much as possible to get everything correct in camera? Which one do you believe?
I believe on set income, like you try to do 80% of the work on set, then 20% on editing. Gotcha.
Hmm. Am I frozen? Okay, I think my okay, I'm back. All right. So I think somebody asked earlier that okay, Evans is saying what if if you are an alcoholic, avoid beer shoots. Yes, because you end up drinking all the beer. Evans, is that the explanation? Okay, so somebody was asking, I think earlier, I don't know if it's still Amuzu. He was asking that as a photographer, should you focus more on retouching? Should that define your art? Should retouching really define you?
Can I give you a question, please?
Yes, he's asking as a photographer. You know, these days the trend is people focus about 90% of their craft on retouching. Composition is bad, the light setup is bad, and they believe
Is
with
it fun?
retouching they will be able to fix all those things. So, do you think your retouching skill should define you as a photographer?
Your retouching skills. I can't hear you. Like the line is not clear. Sorry.
Oh,
Can I
can
need to
you hear me
confirm
now?
you? Yeah, I can hear you. It's a bit
Yes,
clear
I was asking, do you think there are people, or he's asking, should retouching define a photographer? There are clients who will book you just because because of your editing, your retouching. Should that be a determining factor to determine who a good photographer is?
Yeah, they all play a role in your photography. I tell
Mm,
my people that someone should love something about your images. It being a composition, it being your retouching of the skin, it being your framing, it being your angle, it being how you work on model shapes. Someone might come to you just because you know how to shape people in terms of
mm.
the looking for and the whole lot. Charlie, I feel like yeah, they like more life. Oh, Karim. Hello. That's what I'm saying that you have to have something that people should love about the image. I have some clients who come to me purposely because they love my skin retouching. You get it?
Mm.
So everybody and where some and you should try and there are a whole lot of things which involves in an image, but the best things which you can do to also enhance your work, you should be able to do it so that the client will not have issues to talk about you. So you can also get more clients.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How do you educate yourself? How do you stay up there? Like, every time there's something new. Today you learn this, tomorrow there's something new. How do you keep educating yourself so that you're able to take, better pictures? How is your learning like? Where do you learn from? each day or
For me, I watch more videos. I have this DSTV channel, which I watch what's new in the photography these days or what's going on in the photography world. So I know if what I'm doing, I'm off track or I'm still on track. Then I can compare my images of what I'm shooting to other foreign images or people who I follow, who I claim to be mentors, and people who are good. I watch your image, watch my image, put it together, compare, watch if I'm far or I'm closer. Then I can decide to say, no, my cage, say my cage here. I need to look for a teacher. Whoever the teacher is, if in Nigeria, I have a teacher in Nigeria also. I don't usually like calling names, but people might end up going there and they go like, hey, yeah, you do. So it's not every name it's not every name I can call here. But
no problem.
end of the day, yeah. So sorry, small, we will call names of people. So please, my Nigeria photographers friends, I beg you, it's not my fault not to call your names, but I know my people.
Okay, fine. All right. So one click, what is one
Yeah.
thing you wish you knew when you started this whole photography
Um, is this question from you or from the people? If you can
thing? This is from me.
One thing I wish I knew when I started with photography.
Yes.
Uh, as I'm saying, my life as a photographer, I had it easier because I was a photographer. So some things are there. I had it on a silver platter. I didn't really suffer to go about things. Yeah, I begin to understand that what he did for me was really a great favor because others went through a whole lot to understand and also get that knowledge. But I didn't go through that hell. And so I got writing up with other photographers who are already in the field, who accepted me as their son and did a lot for me. Studio One, especially that guy, is more than a father, Charlie. Why do we have me? So for him, yeah, I don't know how much to thank him. I think when I get plenty money, I'm going to give him half of the money.
Okay, I think with what you said, I'll try and bring him on this show somewhere next week. Now, Studio One, which is your favorite lens?
For now, I'll say 70 to 200 Mark 2. My brother has one. I usually use it once in a blue moon when I have the opportunity, when I have the chance to use it. But in my studio, I use 24 to 70. I love those two lenses a lot. I don't have favorite. These two lenses are okay for me. 24 to 70 and 70 to 200. If you're able to afford 70 to 200 Mark 3, God damn it, your pictures will be mind blowing.
70 to 200. That should tell you like portraits. That's nice.
Yeah,
If there was
sure.
a if there was a skill, if there was a skill you could acquire to help you improve your photography. Now, what skill will it be?
If there's a skill,
Yes, you could acquire to help improve your photography now. Aside what you're doing, there's a skill you can acquire to maybe marketing, maybe social media, maybe something. What skill would that be?
I want to understand from the point of view what you're trying to say.
You want me to explain the question?
Yes, please. Like, I want
Yes.
to
So
understand
let's say
you
right
so I
now,
do the things.
as you're the me, as I'm here now, if there's a skill I would want to acquire to improve my photography, it will be marketing because I suck at marketing. I don't know how to do marketing at all, but it's very essential to my business. So if there's a skill I would want to learn now to improve my photography, I'll learn marketing
Oh,
or
okay, I get
graphic
you.
design. Yeah. So in your case, what skill would you want to acquire to improve your business?
It's graphic design.
Graphic design.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Graphic designing. All right. Now, one click before we let you go. There is this debate. People say gear doesn't matter. Others say gear really matters. What do you think? Does gear really matter or it doesn't matter?
Hey, who says gear doesn't matter? Go and buy a good gear and apply the same settings that you used to shoot that same picture. The same gear you shoot and see. Nobody will tell you.
Okay, so
Nobody will
in a
tell you to
nutshell,
sell your plot of land and buy that gear.
in a nutshell, you're telling us gear really matters. Okay, okay,
Mm.
all right, we understand. Now, one other debate also. Um, do you believe in social media? Do you think has social media helped you in your endeavor as a photographer?
Yeah, social media has really helped me.
So would you advise photographers to use social media more?
Yeah, when you want to look at the bigger side of this business and also get more exposure, you need social media. One-on-one on social media, there are a whole lot of millions of people out there which you can reach out to know what you do. For me, most of my work, 90% come from social media. I
Mm-hmm.
That's where I market my things from. That's where I get business from. If no social media, I mean my shop, I'm sure that it's closed by now because people hardly do walking. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So my business here. So I get most of the job from social media. So and
Okay.
it helps us to reach more the bigger markets out there. And also let the world get to know what you can do at the end
Mm.
of the day. So social media there is a must. Everybody has to learn it and use it wisely so you can make it happen.
All right, all right. So Evans is saying gear doesn't matter is the anthem for those who can't afford to upgrade. Evans, this is what I've been telling my friends that if you don't have the money to upgrade, that's when you'll be like, oh, what I have can do everything for me. But once you get the money and you upgrade, you realize that I was really suffering back then. Yeah, it really makes sense. When people say gear doesn't matter, I'm like, look, if you don't have the money now to afford it, just say you can't afford it. But don't say it doesn't matter. It really matters. I mean, try using a high-end gear to do a job, and you try using a beginner or an entry-level gear to do that same job. You will see which one makes it easy. It's not that you can't use both to do the job. It can do the same job for you, but then one will make it easier for you and even better. You get it? So gear really matters. And Ivan says, well, gear matters. However, growing your skills is more important. Exactly. So learn how to use what you have. That really makes sense. One click. I have one last question for you, but before then, let me read a couple of them comments. Hello, guys. I have a question. Want to know about night long exposure photography, camera settings, and some ideas. Okay, Hussein, let me finish with one click and then we'll get back to you. I'm sure Evans might have an idea and or compare them. I tried using long exposure. So let me finish with one click, then we'll get back. So Hussein, please just hang in there. I'll just finish with one click and get back. Okay, so one click. What let's say right now you step out, you go to a food joint, you're enjoying your food, then one youngster comes. Charlie, one click. I want to go into photography. What advice would you give to that youngster? Uh-oh, I think one click is frozen. One click is frozen, I think. Yes, so Hussein, I think I'll just brush on it for now. Eh, I'll just brush on it for now, but then we'll come back to that. We'll come back to, I think we'll have a whole topic on long exposure, right? One click is frozen, so when he comes back, he will answer this question, then we'll end the session. But for Hussein, for now, long exposure is a whole topic. Now, there are no specific settings that you can use for long exposure. But just because you're going to be exposing your sensor for long, it's always advisable to have the, okay, one click is back here.
Karim.
Okay, one click, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, so one click. Did you hear my question? Or should I repeat it?
Yes.
Okay, so Catalyst is here. Catalyst, welcome. I was asking if, let's say right now you step out to your favorite joint, you're enjoying your fufu with maybe a bottle of beer, and then one youngster approaches you and says, "So, Chairman, one click, the whole time idea, it is you. I want to go into photography." What advice will you give to that person?
First, you have to know whether he's going. What are the reasons why he wants to go into photography? Whether it's because of the money or he has passion for it. So if you don't have passion for photography, trust me, you stop the work. You yourself, like you know it. You need to have passion for the job. Actually, if you want to say we do, and even the money that we spend is even a little. If you know where you want to head towards, the money you spend is just small. Sometimes you maybe stay a whole day not eating, using all your money to buy gears and a whole lot. So Charlie, you have to, if you want to go into photography, you need to explain a whole lot for him. You have to let him, you have to first understand his point of view, why he wants to go into photography. Some might even go into photography because of women. I know one guy hit me up and go like, you have beautiful girls, so I want to learn photography so I can take ladies' pictures for free. I have that text here. I swear. And I go like, boss, if that's the reason why you want to go into photography there, maintain your air conditioned job that you are doing.
You will go broke within 1 month.
I tell you, that's what he told me. Can you read what's on my screen?
I can't really see. I don't know if the others can see, but then once it's there, I think people can zoom in and then see. So this is evidence to show that these are some of the texts we get all the time. You see? All right. So one click. It's good having you here. Now, is there something you want to tell us? Is there a message you want to send out that we haven't spoken about? Your closing remark.
The only thing I can say is, of late, the much complaint I'm hearing is most photographers are sleeping with the young models and the girls out there. Please put a stop to that because these things are dangerous and will affect your life the rest of your life. Imagine your issues smooth out. Some girls are there, they are just here to tempt you. We have to pay this mistake. You destroy everything you built for the past years. So please, just stay extra careful. Be professional to whatever you want to do. If you want to get some girlfriends out there are far places you can go. Maybe both that you can go and look for your one or two and fire come back. But around your work or whatever you do, the best advice I can give is stay away from these girls. Be professional to your work and so you can be successful with whatever you want to do.
All right, so that's from one click, and that's a whole topic that we'll be covering. The ethical aspects of photography. Is it? No, I won't say immorality, but there is a word for it for that particular act. It's, as you said, it's a common thing that's happening. There are more photographers who just become photographers just because they see that you have girls around you, so they want girls around them and all that. So we'll talk about that. One click. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for being part. But I think most people didn't get your real name. So can you tell us your real name?
My real name is Benjamin Niajilai. I'm Ghana.
Oh, Ganyobi. Sheung, so he's your Tema brother. The whole Tema. If you go to Tema and you mention one click, a small boy will hold your hand and take you to his studio. He's the general. He's the general in Tema. So one click, me. Thank you very much for.
I beg you.
Thank you
The
very
newborn
much
baby for Ghananie.
I bet the whole time you captured the whole time. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation to join us. We hope when we call you once again, you will honor us again. So thank you very much for joining us, and do enjoy your evening.
Thank
All right, all right. Okay, so guys, now I think we've got two topics out of this. Now, Hussein, your long exposure thing, we will handle it as a topic on its own. But for now, there are some basic things you should know. As Evans said, Evans, would you want to join so you give him some tips? Hey, Bisayang, Filipina, how are you doing? Evans, would you like to join if you're free so you can just give him some tips on the long exposure? Otherwise, what you need is you need a sturdy tripod. It's a must. Otherwise, you'll get shakes. Also, if you're, I'm sure you're going to need like a wide angle lens because whatever you're going to do is going to be broad. Doing good. How about you? I'm doing fine, Bisayang. I'm doing fine. You're from Philippines, right? Your name suggests you're a Filipina. That means you're from Philippines. Let me see. Okay, all right. So let's add Kojueden. Kojueden, you have something to say about long exposure. So you need a steady surface, a tripod. The tripod
Yeah,
must be
like,
very
can
good
you?
so it can. Yes, Kojueden, we can hear. The tripod must be very good so you will be able to stabilize your camera. Also, has my white balance changed? Okay. Also, you need a wide angle lens, as I said, and then, if possible, get a trigger, your remote trigger.
Trigger,
That
yeah.
will make things easier for you. And contrary to what people think, you don't need a flash or a strobe because you're going to expose your sensor to light for
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 long.
long. Where is Catalyst? Catalyst, they are looking for you for long. So, and then one thing also, your lens, you should go to the lowest f-stop, which is if it's 32, if it's 16, whatever, you should go to that. And then your ISO will also be to the lowest. See? And then now you set your shutter speed to some, it depends. Some do 30 seconds, some do 20 seconds. You need to try and then see
Some
which
even
one
do
works for you.
do the bulb.
Yes, Bob. So with that one, I think I've done that before. I did it for knockout fireworks. So it was
Okay.
31st night, 31st December. I have that picture. So we'll treat this as a whole topic. So we'll bring pictures and videos to show how all these things. So guys, I know some of you would want to do this as a project. So if you can do it, then next week we'll bring it. So I'll try also to do some long exposure shots, and then we'll do some BTS and then show you guys how it's done. So if you have that, that's when it's good to have your remote shutter.
Your
So if
remote
you do the
trigger, yeah.
bulb means what? You control how many seconds. The camera doesn't, you don't set it on the camera. But if you set the camera maybe 30 seconds, you have to be doing try. But if you have the bulb, you just press it, then count in your head or something, then you press it again, it will give you that. So we're saying these are the basic things you need to do long exposure. You can even do 10 seconds, 5 seconds. It depends on what exactly you want to capture.
Looking out for. And even
Exactly.
even with the time of day at which he's going to shoot,
Uh-huh.
he can vary the exposure time to see which works for him better. And then after he's done that, it will give him that experience the next time he's going to shoot an actual image for whatever he's going to use it for. Don't think there's
Okay.
any,
So Evans, welcome.
but you see, I think
Thank you, boss.
Ghananie, you are talking about nighttime. How
Yes,
about
he's okay.
So,
daytime? Daytime, you need an a UV filter. How do
Daytime,
you call
you
it?
most
ND
you
filter.
you most definitely need an ND filter. I mean, if you want to
ND
shoot
filter, yeah.
water bodies or waterfall, waterfall. water bodies or these things, you definitely need an ND filter. For daytime, without an ND filter, forget long exposure. Evans.
Yeah. So yeah, so I do a lot of long exposures. Is the thing I
Awesome.
love.
Evans,
Every
then
time
next week,
I'm around
hold on.
water.
Before you even move on, next week we have you on for long exposure.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
I will share some shots, share some few photos of long exposure shots.
Okay.
I just love long exposure, especially when you're around rivers and waters and stuff.
I
Because
love that.
the silkiness of the river and the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And recently also I hook up with a couple of photographers who are into light painting and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
still wool, and all that is long exposure, right? So I'm beginning to explore more into that side as well, doing still wool and light painting and stuff like that. But for the longest while I've been doing landscapes in long exposure. And the reason is that whenever I'm around any water bodies, as you can tell, there's a lot of water around me when we were doing the
Yes,
drone stuff
you are
yesterday.
blessed.
So,
Yeah.
so whenever I see that waterfalls, anything, I want to shoot them in long exposure to get that silky smooth motion in the water, right? And sometimes too, especially if it's closer to nighttime, you get the reflection of the light on the water, which is also pretty beautiful. Right.
Okay, so 1 second. Hussein, just DM me or send me a WhatsApp message if you have my number. If you don't have, just send me a DM on Instagram, Ghananie Photography. So we can plan this probably before Monday. We can do this before Monday. Yeah. I'm in Accra, so I'm at Spintex. So just send me a message on Instagram so we pick it up from there. Yes, Ivan, sorry for interrupting.
No problem. But for me, I use ND filters all the time,
Good.
sometimes even at night.
Okay.
That's because I really like long exposures. There are times where I have done 4-minute long exposures.
4 minutes.
Yeah. So
Did your battery survive?
oh, well, don't get me started with the Canon and the Nikon battery stuff. You know,
No, it should. It should survive.
I shoot a Sony. My batteries last forever.
Sorry,
No
sorry.
problem.
We are sorry. We are sorry. And then they are saying bring your video. Me says bring your video.
So yeah, like long exposures are fun. You don't need too much to get started with long exposures. All you need is a beautiful scene and also have a tripod. The most important thing is a tripod because you need to have that steady shot. But key, like you mentioned, you need some form of way of to trigger the camera without touching it. So for most cameras, you have the countdown timer, right? So set your countdown timer to like 5 seconds countdown.
I have my trigger here.
Yep, I
There's
have
no
a
trigger.
whole bunch of triggers as well that I use. But sometimes I forget these things at home, right? If you forget them at home, as long as you're in a tripod, set on your exposure, the timer, right? Every camera these days have a timer. Set it off to like a 10-second timer or maybe a 5-second timer. Press the shutter, let go, let the camera stabilize itself for 5 seconds or so before the shot goes off, and that would be great. Prevents that handshake.
Okay, okay. So Hussein, you've heard from the experts. So as I said, just send me a message. We'll try this before we have a session on. I'm looking at either Monday or Wednesday. We'll have a session on long exposure. You see, these are the things I want us. Everybody is just doing portraits and all that. I want us to. I'm looking at bringing how do you call it? Like a wildlife. This Ghana here we don't have wildlife, so just a bird, lizard. Like I don't know how to call that. Someone who does is it animal photography?
They're still considered a wildlife. So.
Oh, okay. Right. So I have a friend who does just wildlife in Ghana. So people be wondering, does he pay and all that? And I know he sends to stock. It's my I think my battery is dead, so I'm frozen.
See, that's what we were just talking about. The Nikon battery.
It's okay. All right. Thank you very much, no, I mean this one has lasted 1 hour 40 minutes, so it's okay. Yeah,
It did
lizard
good
photography.
today.
Yeah, it did good. It did good. So I'm feeling lazy to go change it, but because we are almost ending this, so I don't know. Okay, I'll go change it. But in the meantime, yeah. So these are some of the things we want to be discussing here. Not always the same portraits, retouching, and all that. Like landscape photography and all these things. So if we have experts here, it would be nice since we already are a community. So if you're an expert in any of these diverse photography genres, please just come forward. We don't do selections here. If you're good at something, just come and then talk to us about it. Yeah, you don't need a passport or a visa. Just come. Just for the mere fact that you are part of us means what? We can talk. There is no high table or low table here. If you have anything you want to share with us, come up with it and then think. I will link you through one click. Okay. So just ask one click for my number. He will give to you. Then we link up. Yeah. Before Monday, we will do thing. Oh, me, I haven't frozen. My battery is dead. That's why. In fact, let me go change my battery. You guys will just want to laugh at me.
So I think someone is asking if so the long exposure is a kit lens. Okay. Definitely.
Okay, so I think
So
he asked, please hold on. He asked one other question. I want you to. He was asking if there is which knob to press, like there's a dial to move on when you want to do long exposure. So please explain that to him that there's no dial.
there's
You
no
just
dial,
need to.
yes. It's your shutter speed, right? So most of the time, if you're gonna do long exposure, your ISO has to be at 100 or whatever your base ISO is, right? Some cameras have their base ISO at maybe 160, 150. Some have it at 200. Whatever your base ISO is, it's best to leave it there. That way, you minimize the amount of noise that is introduced into the image, right? So if my camera, for example, my base ISO is 100, so I'll always leave it at 100. But you want to take your shutter speed to the slowest that you can to get a perfect exposure without increasing your ISO. So something like, let's say, a water body scene, I will start off with something like, let's say, f16 or f11, ISO 100, and then the rest of the exposure, I'm going to try to achieve that using my shutter speed and bringing it all the way down. So if my shutter speed that will give me the proper exposure for that scene is 30 seconds, then I'm going to put it at 30 seconds. But one thing you need to know is that after 30 seconds, your camera is going to go into bulb mode. What bulb mode means is that the shutter is going to stay open until you close it. So once you click that shutter, the shutter is going to stay open. So if you leave it open for 4 minutes or more, then after 4 minutes, you click the shutter again and it's going to close. If you want to try exposures that are longer than 30 seconds, then you need a remote trigger for sure, because some of the remote triggers have a timer on them that will allow you to set the exact number of minutes you want to have that exposure for. So if you are going to try to do anything more than 30 seconds in exposure, you definitely need a remote trigger for that.
Awesome. So Amuzu, you heard it right. And then he was talking about can the kit lens do that, the 18 to 55?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think it's perfect. Because you're doing a long exposure shot, right? You're not looking at that shallow depth of field for long exposures. Most of the time in long exposure shots, you're looking to have more in focus. So something like f8, f11, your kit lens will handle that easily without a problem.
Yeah. People even go as
Okay,
fast
so
like 60.
Amuzu, you heard it. Your 18 to 55 on a full frame gives you like wide something very very. In fact, I now regret selling my 18 to 55, but then
You
I'll
get
do
a
it with my 24 to 70.
18 on the full frame. I still have it. You get a vignette on the
But
full
I
frame.
mean, at the end of the day, you will still, and then most of the time, long exposure, you're going to add even vignettes in post. Otherwise, you can still
Yeah.
crop that small part. Of course, the thing too is, with where I'm comfortable shooting, we don't have interesting scenes, so we might have to go somewhere, maybe somewhere around Osu, a roundabout where there are lots of lights
And
or
get some beautiful light
curves
Yeah,
trails.
or
Yeah.
even circle.
yeah.
Dubai, the new Dubai at Circle, where you can get, like an interchange, Tetekwashi, somewhere like that, where there is activity. So, guys, if you want to be part, just let me know. So we'll plan it, and then one night. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you would want to be part of this, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm game. So
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So we'll plan between now and Monday. We will. It could be Sunday evening or even Saturday night. We'll just plan meet at Accra Mall and then find one of these overheads, then do some, long exposure, do some small video. Then within the week, maybe Monday or Wednesday, we meet here and then discuss it.
I think that would be great. You guys will have nice shots to show and stuff like that.
Yes, yes. At least you miss home, so you couldn't come because of COVID. So we'll show you those.
Yep.
Okay, Amuzu.
Yeah.
So you guys should just DM me on Instagram. Yeah, it's Ghanaian photography. So just DM me and then let's put ourselves together. At least if we are together like that, then we won't be scared of the Pashe boys to come in. If you are alone doing something like this, somebody will just come and hit you and run away with your camera. But if we are a group, then we know we are safe. Okay, Ni, no problem, Charlie. So far, Cassie, please take note of the people say they want to be part so that we can. Evans, please, what about with 70 to 200 Mark II? I think it depends on. Okay, Evans, please
Yeah.
carry on.
I think it depends on what you're shooting.
Mhm.
Personally, I always like to go wide. When I'm doing long exposures, I use 17. I use a 17 to 28 millimeter lens most of the time. Sometimes a 20 millimeter lens because I want more in focus, especially if it's a landscape scene. If
Mhm.
you're shooting something like light trails and you have enough space, the 70 to
Mhm.
200 might be good, but 70 to 200 usually is not a street lens, right? So because you're gonna have to be really far from the subject.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Amuzu, okay. Hussein, it depends. Let's say you are. Let me use practical examples. Let's say you're shooting at Tetekwashi interchange and you're on the footbridge and you want to shoot a scene from this place, the other footbridge at Shashi. 70 to 200 is very good for you. You get it. But if you are at Accra Mall, the entrance, and you want to shoot that small runabout entering the Accra Mall, then you will need something wide. Otherwise, the 70 to 200 won't do for. So it depends on how far you are from the scene that you want to get. Otherwise, any lens is good. But just like in a landscape, depending on the story you want to capture, that will tell the kind of lens you would have to use. Okay, this has been a very, very interesting discussion. So next week we'll come with two discussions. One, long exposure. Then there was one other topic that was brought up. I think I'll get it. I'll watch the video again and get it. But for now, we'll arrange. Hey, Lydia is here. Lydia, Evans. Lydia was the lady who was enjoying your scenes last night.
Last night, yeah.
She was enjoying your scene. Okay, so guys, if you
Did
haven't
you text
dropped
her?
your
Did you
thumbs
text
up
her
yet,
last night as you promised? Did you
I
text her?
did not. I did not. I'm
Evans,
very sorry.
you see
Lydia,
what you
I'll
see what I
text
was
you
talking
tonight.
about?
Yeah.
Lydia, I'll text you tonight. I forgot to do it last night, but tonight I will do
Yeah.
it and forgive me. So if you haven't dropped your thumbs up, please do so. If you're using your phone, just close the chat, press the
Nee,
thumbs up, and
Nee
then
is talking about my microphone. It's a
yes.
Samsung.
So yes, me, you want
It,
Kojuadem's my so Kojuadem, help me get it, okay? Help me get to her. Oh, Lydia, I had to let him know, because yesterday he was busy giving us the scenes that maybe he might not have noticed you. So I had to let him know that you're the one who was enjoying his videos.
Ghananie, bring
Oh,
money.
Kojada beat me. Okay, so Kojada, you texted last night. Okay, fine. Me too. Tonight I'll text. Simple. It's simple as that. Why is Sheon laughing? Sheon, please, Sheon, we want to see some nice scenes of Enfield. So do some long exposure and come and show. We will also do eyes here and show it to you guys. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. So I think we have 10 minutes more to end this.
Yeah, I bought my mic from B&H Photos. It's a Samsung G Track Pro.
Please send me the name. I'll do an affiliate link for him.
Let me.
So send me the name.
I applied for an affiliate link and then I've still not gotten the.
Oh, okay. You still don't have the Amazon one?
No, I mostly buy from B&H, so I applied for B&H.
Oh, okay.
Ha, you should
Lydia
apply
says,
for Amazon too. Doesn't matter where you buy from.
I have it for Amazon and it's
No,
working now. So far, I have 4 orders.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, so Lydia says, I must confess, I went back to watch the views of the skies before I slept off. Wow, Evans, I told you gave Lydia orgasm. Your footage, but Evans, you promised that by next week you will have everything patched up and then on your channel so we can watch and enjoy.
Yep. I'm
sure
putting
Lydia
together a
will
few
watch
videos. I'll put them
100
up.
times. Lydia will watch 100 times. Okay, Sheon, no, you were just laughing, and I didn't understand why you were laughing. That's why I asked. Come on, Sheon, why do you always want to be on my case? Why are you like that? Sheon,
Okay,
why
so
are you like that?
this is the link
Okay,
to.
so our timekeeper says we have 8 minutes more.
Yeah, so I've dropped the link to my microphone. Initially,
Okay.
it came on this mount. It came on this mount, and then now I mounted it on the shock mount on.
Okay.
So
yeah. I just ordered a microphone stand myself.
Oh wow!
I'm trying to maximize the space I have here, so I'm changing around a few stuff to see if I can make more room.
Okay, so Lydia says, I actually visited Ivan's channel today. Looking forward to the video he promised. Yes.
Oh, it'll be up by tomorrow for sure. I was just working on it. Yeah, I was just working on editing it. So
okay, so tomorrow we'll be here to watch it. Okay, so this one, I got it from Telefonica at Accra Mall.
I wanted one of this for the desk, but I couldn't get it, so I just used
it's not that strong. It's not that strong, but that's the work. It's just and it's a karaoke something. So it has the phone clamp that you can clamp your phone on. You just fix it up here. I took it up because it usually occupies unnecessary space. So you just fix it up here, and you can put your phone on and then move it anyhow you want.
Nice.
So if you're doing Instagram live, or if I was using my phone for the live, it would have been easier. I'll just fix the phone up there, and I'm good to go.
Yeah. I got something similar to what Ghananie has, because I want to mount it on the wall so I can move it out of my way when I want to record, because my space is tight and the stand is bugging me. I want to mount it so I can pull it in and pull it out when I don't need it, right? And save some space.
But you see, there's a downside to this particular microphone. You need a very quiet room to get it to sound very clean, because the least.
Eden, you are mute too. Your mic is mute, Eden.
Sorry.
Yeah,
so there's a downside to this particular microphone. It picks up the least sound as far as that.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
It's a parrot.
So you have to get a very quiet room, and then if you want it very clean, you have to lower I'm using about 10% of the gain, and if I want it very clean, I have to get very close, and then if I get too close it gives me plosives, and
so you need a pop filter.
Need a pop filter, yeah. So and it becomes uncomfortable. This is mostly for podcasts.
Yeah,
because so for videos like this, it becomes uncomfortable talking into the microphone like this and then having to look into the camera.
Actually, somebody advised me yesterday to start a podcast.
Yeah. That mic will be good for podcasts and recorded stuff that you're going to edit, right? Then you can cut down the noise floor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For live streams, you pick up a lot of the ambience.
A lot of the ambience, yes. Except I'm in a studio like yours, like the sound.
Okay, Catalyst says you need a directional mic instead of a more directional one.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
mine is
for me, I use this one here.
Okay.
So this is the Daily D3.
Okay.
Right. I sometimes when I'm going for weddings, I just take it off and I mount it on top of my camera. And when I come back, I just put it back here, and it's like that.
Mine has 3 modes. It has the cardioid, one directional, the omni, and then the figure 8, which is bi-directional. So either one of I'm currently using the cardioid, and then it still picks up sound, though it's minimal. If it's directly in front, it picks it up. But if it's behind, it minimizes it a bit.
Okay.
Because I used to use this for my videos. This is the Audio Technica AT2020. It's a really good mic. It's a professional vocal mic.
Yeah, I see the way it's even curved at the back.
Yeah, it's good, and it's really good for, similar to yours. It's really good for if I'm recording and I'm going to edit and stuff. But my problem had always been because of my setup. When I go through that, I always have a delay with the audio coming into the camera. That's why I stopped using it. But that's a really great mic to use. But I always get a delay because it's going to a sound card, and then I'm mixing both of them into the computer, and there's always a delay. But this one, I just plug it straight into the camera, and so the delay is usually coming from the HDMI, because the HDMI, it's always late. So by the time the video gets to the computer, the audio is already there. That's why I just stop and I plug it in directly, and then it all syncs up in the camera before it gets to the HDMI.
Doesn't your streaming software fixes that? I know in OBS you can set the offset, in VMix you can set the offset.
Yeah, even in the ATEM I can set the offset. However, it becomes a hassle because I'm always using different software. So every software I use, I gotta try to figure out what the delay in that software. So I just decided to.
That's true. It takes
so Prince,
to set up.
Prince, your question about micro photography, does it pay in Ghana? We'll handle that. I'll bring 2 people who do micro photography in Ghana, and then they will answer those questions. I personally don't have much info about that, whether it pays or not. So I'll bring in 2 experts to talk to us about that. So next week I'll talk to them, then I'll let you know when they can be here. So just stay tuned here. I don't have much to say about that aspect. So Catalyst says he needs a microphone to buy. So I'm sure Evans will be the best person to advise. So I don't know if you would want to do that here, or if Catalyst, you guys will get in touch so you finalize it.
Yeah, Mr. Catalyst, I'll message you on IG.
Yes,
because it all depends on what you're trying to do, right? Because every mic works different in different situations. I've reviewed quite a few of them, and I traded everything I had just to get the D3 because I like the way the D3 is, because it's you can boom it, you can put it on the camera, you can do a lot of stuff with it, but it all depends on your specific needs, because not everything is not every mic will work in every situation, right?
Yeah, so I think so you guys can link up and then have that discussion. But in the meantime, those who are in for the long exposure kind of the photo work that we'll be doing, please just get in touch with me on Instagram, Ghananie Photograph. Just DM me, or if you have my WhatsApp number, just send me a text on WhatsApp so we plan it. It can be Saturday night or Sunday evening. We'll just meet at Accra Mall, find a nice spot, we all set up. If you are about 5 or 7, then we know we are safe. Nobody can come and just smash and then so yeah, so let's have that sorted, then we can move. So guys, Thank you very much for joining this stream. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please like it. And if you're new here, kindly subscribe. And then we have great people here. Ojoedem has a YouTube channel. You can check him out. Evans has a YouTube channel. Catalyst is still negotiating.
I think Lydia has a channel too, right?
Lydia has
I
a
think
channel.
I subscribed to her
Lydia,
channel a couple of days
Lydia
ago.
has a channel too.
She's a customer
Let me see.
service guru.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, the thing is, YouTube used to have this restriction where people can't post links in live streams. But I think there's this guy, Gordy Bobs or somebody like that, tested it. He sent them a message and then they confirmed that you can actually post links. It's allowed now.
Okay.
So what we'll be doing is my mods. Now, from time to time, we'll get to know who the YouTubers are here, so that we'll get their links. So once maybe we can dedicate about 10 minutes to promoting each other here, so that we can share their links so other people. That's the aim of the community, for people to know what other people do, so that when you need them, you know where to go to.
All right.
So yes, my mods. Yes, from I think from Monday we will start posting other people's links. So once in a while, we just dedicate 10 minutes to post maybe Lydia's link. Then we encourage people to go check her out. If it's not like sub for sub, no. If you go check her out and you like what she does, you just subscribe. You check Evans out. Oh, you like his videos, you like what he does. You subscribe so that you can get notified anytime he posts and all that. Hey, me, you hit 1K. Chai, party. You'll be monetized very soon. Me, you will be monetized very soon.
Wait, is he talking about his personal channel? Because I thought his other channel was already.
No. Me and AJ is different. This is his personal one. Catalyst, I'll put you into trouble, Sese. Catalyst, I've not put you into trouble. Please.
For do patio.
Because I am insisting he starts a YouTube channel.
That one there, he has to. Catalyst has too much information in his head to be keeping quiet.
You know.
Catalyst, you see, I have cheerleaders, or we are all waiting to just go and be, to cheer you up.
So let me tell you the story. The first time I met Catalyst, it was at a naming ceremony. I was invited by another guy to come and shoot, and then Catalyst was supposed to bring a lens, and then he also ended up shooting. Now I stopped shooting because I wanted to learn so much from what he was doing.
Hey.
That guy has a tank in his head of knowledge.
Okay, so when do you want us to? Okay, I think on tomorrow's live, we will celebrate Ni's 1K.
Yes.
So tomorrow, get ready. You will join so that we celebrate your 1K. I'm sure Cassie has some champagne for us to pop. And the thing is, we haven't celebrated our monetization yet. We are still waiting for a date so that we'll pop champagne. We'll have a party here. So we'll wait for them tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we'll pop for Ni. So Ni, be ready here tomorrow. We'll do party for you, for your 1K. Now my wife says I gossip about her. Catalyst, how did she know we talk about her? I mean, has she been watching us, or was she watching over your shoulder, or what? Yeah, so Lydia, tomorrow we'll be celebrating Ni's 1K here. I'm sure Ni will be monetized because his views are already there. So as for the monetization, it will come. But then we will celebrate your 1K. It's not easy getting your first 1K. It's 1K, not easy at all. That's why I said start, so that by the time you start posting content, your 1K will already be there. So yeah, Sheun, what is Sheun talking about? So tomorrow we'll celebrate. Catalyst is saying something again. Why are you still talking? I said she's listening in. Okay, so guys, this is where we end tonight's session before we put somebody into trouble. So we'll be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT. So enjoy your night or your evening or your afternoon or your morning, wherever you may be. And we'll be back here again. Do I say good night or
Lydia says
Good-
sign out.
good evening
sign out
for
like
me.
her. Lydia say bye bye.
sign out like me? Hey, okay, so
Bye bye.
all right. So I hope this has been informative for you. And I'd like to thank you for watching.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye. Look at Sheun. Sheun is saying, do I want Natalie to join my unmarried level? Oh, Sheun, do you always have to say this? Sheun, do you always have to say this? Sure for you. Don't worry. Very soon, I will shame you. Okay, guys.
Good night.
Adios. Yeah.